Well, this is gonna be a shorter clip than usual for this game. We would have to trust someone to be backstabbed, and we haven't built up anyone being trustworthy around us here. Again, while we played as China earlier in the playthrough, that doesn't really mean anything to me in this Beltline, and Austin's dialogue before we get to our next match just doesn't feel like it's doing anything for me either. Much like the triple threat against Angle and Benoit in the previous clip, this fight here feels pretty out of nowhere for me. We have absolutely no reason to go against Eddie here based on what's happened so far in this story, other than we need an excuse for China to betray us. And China did not show up by our side until we got to a match where she would betray us. It's a damn good thing I'm getting ready to wind down this LP, because it's managed to lose me around this point. Though I'm pretty sure that other people who decided to play this game over the years didn't give a damn about the various little things that have been annoying the crap out of me here. Definitely pretty back and forth at the start here. And look at that! China is running into the ring. What a surprise. How completely unexpected China hit us in the crotch. Bloody hell. Couldn't she have had at least waited a little for her boyfriend to actually be on the losing end of the fight instead of when things were pretty even? Or would that have made too much sense? I somehow doubt we're gonna get a count-out victory in this fight. But at the same time, I don't see a problem with going outside when we're dealing with a 2-on-1 here. And of course, rope breaks don't exist for someone who came out of nowhere to interrupt the match, of course. I wish I could give enough of a damn this far in to complain that there's no disqualification for Eddie when someone is blatantly beating up his opponent in what was supposed to be a 1-on-1 match. Ugh. Ah, well, at least China's left the ring for now, so it's back to a 1-on-1. I suppose as a mercy. Is it dumb of me to look for small mercies in a game literally called No Mercy? Or is it worse that I'm so worn down this far into this game that I'm looking for easy name puns like that? Okay, why did we let go of that hold so quickly? That sleeper hold was held for such a short amount of time that I could have farted longer than that. Should I even bother asking why the crowd decided to cheer on us getting a foot to the face like that? I mean, sure, getting walked over like that had to hurt, but that looks like more like something I would expect from some sadomasochistic play than a legitimate I am trying to knock you senseless fight. And while a good number of moves in wrestling don't really do all that much real damage when applied properly, it still, at its core, is trying to be a stylized idea of a fight. Though, to be fair, we've been taking a good amount of injury this far into the fight, so something that feels more like insult added to injury, yeah, that might be justified. And I only just noticed that the game can't actually pull off Austin raising his middle finger. At least I didn't see it here. How much of that is due to censorship, since this game didn't want a higher rating so as many people as possible would buy it? And how much of that is due to just graphical limitations on the N64? It's difficult for me to really tell. These days, with console games, it feels like the designers are more limited by their own imaginations and the various things that the higher-ups in their companies prioritize. But in the old days, tech really did have to work their imagination around some interesting limits. It doesn't help that apparently a number of games, including the WWE 2K series, have in some ways removed various bits and pieces that older games games in the same damn series manage to pull off for no apparent reason. It's just a lot easier for me to give slack to the people who made this old N64 game that stuffed as much as they possibly could into the cartridge than it is for me to give a damn about why more modern wrestling games seem to release in a broken fashion and need patching just to get a reasonable amount of functionality. As much as I'm bitching about various gameplay mechanics, the AI changing difficulty on us with no warning, and the most basic storytelling that apparently has little to no grasp of continuity, it's still pretty clear why this is considered a classic. It is the absolute first wrestling game that actually gave enough of a damn to include a story mode instead of just having absolutely no dialogue as you go for a championship belt like the WCW games. It has an absolutely stacked roster from the most popular era of professional wrestling in the United States. The mechanics are easy to learn but difficult to master. It is so very, very easy to tell when the WWF/E continued to make video games. They used this as a benchmark for a good long time. Again, he's got the advantage with the spirit part, but that doesn't mean he's won just yet. I just wish I could feel invested enough in this match to feel excited that we're putting up a pretty good fight as we try to win this. Okay, why didn't he do an attack there while we were still stunned? Why didn't he go for his special right then and there? Because his special is something that requires the turnbuckle, not something he could do from a straight standing situation. Right, that's another loss for us in this game. So what's next on the agenda after getting taken out by Eddie here? Because I can't find it in me to feel frustrated we got beaten by an opponent that we had no build-up to fighting against. Oh wait, that's right, this was one of those matches that we absolutely have to win in this belt line to move on. I really wish I gave enough of a damn here to get through this, but I suppose we'll just fast forward through the second attempt. Win or lose, I am done with this match. 2-on-1s of any kind are just not something I enjoy around here. Well, China took her time getting out here to help Eddie. Too much to hope that I'd somehow manage to keep it one-on-one when we're dealing with an interfering superstar. Still, I suppose we're doing better than last time we tried this match, if only because I'm making sure to focus our attacks on Eddie instead of China, who isn't even our actual opponent. Okay, seeing the middle finger when he raises his hand outside the ring right now. Why was it somehow easier for me to see that when I was fast-forwarding the footage, and not when we were going at normal speed earlier in the same clip? Anyway, looks like the match is back to being a one-on-one, which in turn makes it feel more winnable. At the very least, we have a slight advantage on the spirit bar, so that's probably a good sign. As a side note, I can't help finding it a little funny that I've been using the word advantage instead of edge, simply because there's a superstar called Edge, and I want a little less room for confusion, even if Edge isn't actually in this match. I'm certainly keeping the offense rather relentless. Not that I have any real thoughts in my head as I'm putting the pressure on, other than just don't let him try to gain any momentum again. Well, that clothesline certainly looks brutal. Yeah, I can officially say I've managed to win the rematch. Still looking forward to being done with this game, though. And that should be in around 2 more clips based on the raw footage I'm seeing here.